Welcome to the Challenging Child Podcast, where you'll discover ideas to help change the behaviour of a child who is aggressive, defiant, controlling, or dishonest. Let's join Jill Tree from Stressed Parent.
So it's Wednesday morning at 9:30 and I'm not doing my live at 1 o'clock because I'm going out for a very early Christmas lunch with my family. It's the only time we can get together as a big family is if we're doing it early. So I've got my glitter on, and I thought I'd tell you a little bit about dignified parenting, which involves not just glitter, but wearing our crown. Now you may have heard me talk before about how we need to stay dignified as parents, and we need to have crowns, even if they're just imaginary ones. The metaphor of wearing your crown and keeping your crown straight is so powerful. We don't want to do anything to make our crown slip. We want to stay as calm and as peaceful and as in control of ourselves as possible. It's so easy. Let's just remove my crown for a minute. It's so easy when we're exhausted and tired and wrung out and upset. It's so easy to lose our temper with our child or our children, especially, yes, if we've got lots of them and there's lots of squabbling going on and we've got all sorts of worries and we've got deadlines and we've got Christmas and goodness knows what else. It's easy to lose our temper. It's not the right thing, of course not, but I'm sure we've all done it more than once. So, dignified parenting. Let's just take a step back and think about the escalations. So an escalation is when a child, probably the child goes first, loses their rag, they have a temper tantrum, or they threaten something, or they're just about to lob you with a book or something, and you join them. You join them in the escalation. So you get shouty, don't you dare throw that at me, or whatever. And that can feed the monster being the behavior. You know, the child develops or can develop what I call fake power, where they get some sort of sense of power and sense of their own identity, I suppose, being able to rile you, being able to get a reaction from you, being able to get some upset out of you. So we don't want to feed the monster, the behaviour. We certainly don't want to encourage that fake power. Yes, of course we want our children to be powerful. They've got to change the world. The planet needs saving. Yes, they need to be powerful, but in a really positive way, not in a negative way where they feel great about controlling adults and their parents in particular. So that's all escalations. There's more to that, and I talk about it on my e-courses. There's a lot more to escalation than that, but let's go with that for now. And why staying dignified and not losing our rag is so important. It's really about breaking the pattern. We've got ourselves into a bit of a feedback loop where the child gets angry, we get upset, we might be tearful, or we might be angry, or we might be irritated, or we might say something spiteful or sarcastic, and we've got ourselves into that sort of horrible, vicious circle. Something, I'm afraid, it does fall on your shoulders, you need to change that pattern. And that's why we wear a crown. Because if we imagine we've got our crown on, we're just going to sit on our throne, we're covered in our vermin cloak, we're holding our orb and scepter, we cannot lose our rag. But we can use that metaphor to just keep rational, keep dignified, keep thinking. If you find that you are going to lose it, then walk away. We do we do discipline our children, but we do that when the iron is cold. Everything has calmed down, which could be 5 minutes, could be 5 hours. Some children, it could be 5 days, but we don't do any disciplining, and I'll spend time on disciplining on another live, but we don't do any disciplining in that moment because it will just make that volcanic eruption even bigger, and you might get more and more volcanoes popping up all over the house. So let's do everything to minimize the escalation and to de-escalate, and that's about, at that moment in time, us. Yes, we've got to keep everything safe, we've got to keep everybody safe. That's another subject in itself, but if you've got a child who might threaten with knives, then the knives are always kept locked away. We pre-plan for what could happen. Anyway, we might need to walk away if we're like this. We might well need to walk away. Do something physical to get your out. Hoovering, brisk hoovering. Clean those windows. Do a brisk jog. 50-star jumps. Punch a punch bag. Whatever. You are human. You have emotions. You have every right to be angry. However, you need to express that anger in an adult way. And that's where the movement can allow you just to get it out of your physical body. Anger stays in the physical body. If we don't express it, it comes out at the wrong time. You've had a really bad day, your partner comes in, "Hey, you had a nice day, darling," and you go, "What do you mean I've had a nice day?" So it pops out. If we don't deal with it, it will pop out. It will pop out in the wrong place. Just like that beach ball, you know, when we go into a swimming pool, we might push a beach ball down into the water, but we let go and off it pops. That's what happens with our emotions. We've got to express them, but in the privacy of our garage where we've got the punch bag, or we've got a pillow in our bedroom that we can punch, or we can run on the spot in our kitchen. We can do a dance in our kitchen. Anything to get out the feeling. And as you're doing that, you can start coaching yourself. What is the right thing to say? And when is the right time to say it? Now, to expand on this, we need to backtrack a little bit more, and we need to think about ourselves and what makes us really lovely human beings and what's going to fill our nurture bucket. Because when we are relaxed and feeling good about ourselves and having an enjoyable life some of the time, maybe not all of the time, especially with challenging children, but having an enjoyable life some of the time, then we become less reactive and more able to respond. So I really want you to think about filling your nurture bucket, whatever that takes. It's not selfish, it's essential for your children to see that you are a gorgeous human being too. You're not a naggy old bag like I was. You're not one of those. You are fun, you're playful, you're loving, you're kind. How do you get to be in that state? By self-care, nurturing yourself, filling your nurture bucket. So you have time with friends. Even when you're exhausted, you go and spend time with them. You really look after yourself. You do a bit of exercise, you go out in nature, you play that musical instrument, you have that bubble bath. Whatever it takes, the self-care piece is absolutely vital to help us stay in that peaceful, present state where we're a strong parent. We're a strong parent that can withstand. This comes from Gandhi, this program, and he said we need to develop the ability to endure. You will be able to do that so much more when you're feeling good about yourself and you're having a good life outside of your family. Now, I'm not talking about partying every night. I'm talking about meeting a friend once a fortnight, going for a half an hour walk once a week, having a bath instead of a shower once a month. I don't know what it is for you, but start feeding yourself, start nurturing yourself, and that will help your reaction levels. Yes, we're human. We haven't got to get this perfectly. If we lose our temper, well, then we just apologise when everything is calm. Talk to people, talk to friends, keep that support going, and I'll look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at the normal time of 1 o'clock for my next live.